We hitting it. Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. We live today. And I'm starting it off right now. It's the first morning live stream I've done, only my third one ever. So I appreciate everybody rocking with me, but we ain't going nowhere. We finna get it lit, man. This trading party don't end, man. It's every day. So I'm about to jump right into it. Look, I got my screens down here. I got everything set up. We ready to go. We got Phemex, Trading View, Breakout Prop. What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Yo, all right, can y'all hear me in the chat? I see y'all out there. We're getting this party started right. I look, right off the top, I want to ask this question. Straight off the top. If Bitcoin was currently at 98,000 and somebody told you Bitcoin was going to 100K, so you bought it at 98,000 and it went to 100K, then you took profit, but then the price shot up to 108,000. Was the person who made that 100K prediction right or wrong? Leave your answer in the comments. And I'll add a little bit of nuance to that, right? If they told you it was going to 100K and that you should take profit at 100K, but then it went to 108K, basically meaning you left 8 grand on the table if you were buying it, does that mean that they were right or wrong? And the reason why I'm highlighting this right off the top is because everybody love to give price predictions. Hey, you want a giveaway? Somebody want a giveaway? Giveaway. We're going to do giveaways in the future. Don't worry. I got you. Stay tapped in with Cassius Cuvée, and you keep following me. Join my Discord right now. The first giveaway I'm going to give you is free entry to my Discord. Okay, we got Roy. First thing is free entry to my Discord. So what you want to do is click on the link to join the Discord for free. You got to follow the guidelines. What you're going to have to do is join Phemex with my referral code at the top here. In full disclosure, right, it's the referral code's affiliate link. So I get a little something, not for you signing up. It's free for you to sign up. But basically, use that Phemex code. And then what you do is you take your user ID number and then you put it into the Discord. And that's how you get verified. You get 1 year for free for the first 50 people. That's how I'm doing my giveaway off top. We'll do giveaways in the future, but appreciate your feedback on that. So, but in the comments, I want to know, was the person right or wrong if they told you Bitcoin was going to 100K, but really it went to 108? And this is what I'm highlighting right off the top. Okay, he said, yeah, Ego Me says they're right, but the extra profit should have been at a loss, right? So here's the thing, right? The reason I'm highlighting it, and I appreciate you guys saying this in the chat. Do me a favor, put it in the comments too if you can when you get a minute. The reason I'm highlighting this right off the top is because if you notice, I don't give price predictions. And that's for a reason, okay? I don't know what the hell price is going to be, man. Don't nobody know what price is going to be. That's the point, right? Because if somebody told you this price, and I'm giving you the harder question first, right? The obvious question would be, what if they told you Bitcoin was going to 110 and it went to 109? Well, obviously they're wrong then, right? So my point is the price prediction people, which is basically everybody except for me, the price prediction people, you right or you wrong when you give that price, but really you always wrong. Because unless it stops exactly on a dime on that price you get and then reverses and never comes back to it, you were right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one ever calls a perfect top with a perfect bottom. So what I use is what we call the momentum waves. And I'm going to show you that on TradingView. You get what I'm saying? These are the momentum waves down here on the oscillator. Down here. So I'm using this. This is the Bitcoin 1 hour chart right now, right? And this is a lesson for all the people out there who've been talking about round trip, okay? Why didn't you just take profit? You guys been seeing me preaching this since the last 2 days. What was this, Wednesday? Or excuse me, that was Monday. This is right here. This is Monday. And we went down and up and down and up and down and up. And this whole zigzag and shit, like, when you try to predict what's going to happen on the breakout, like, you had to wait all week to find out if you were right or wrong. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I'm a short-term trader. You feel me? Like, I don't know where the price is going to go, but I saw this. And I said, I should have taken profit here or enter here, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you was going long or short. You see, I drew these arrows back then when this is the very first live stream I did, right? Was these arrows. I was saying price could go down, up. That was based off the 8 hour, to be honest with you, at that time. And you know, the thing is, it's hard to do everything in real time. Last night in my Discord, I dropped a video because basically in real time, I just had to screen record on my phone real quick. And we were looking at the price of Bitcoin tanking, and I was trying to give the example, and I can kind of look at it here of when I would take profit based on my scalping strategy. And it would have been like here which would have been early, but we caught this whole move. And I want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to sleep. I would have woke up in the morning. What if this had gone up to here? You know what I'm saying? What if instead of doing this, it went like this instead of this? I would have been wrong if I had said, oh, don't take profit until it gets to this price. I was going off of this. I saw a deep green dot. Excuse me, it wasn't even that one. It was this one. I saw a deep green dot right here. And I was like, bruh, you showing me a deep green dot below this 75 line. For all I know, it could have did one of these again. Just keeping it 1,000 with you, bro. How would anybody know if it was going to do this? As quick as this bounced right here, how would anybody know that it did that? It could have did that again right here. You get what I'm saying? Look how similar these look right here. That compared to that looks real similar, right? So take the green when you're looking at it. And then we would have been telling the story. We would have been telling the story how it did this one more time. You know what I'm saying? We would have been telling that same story about how it did it. Because look, people would have been like, this was support. Draw with this line. Everybody would have been like, this was support. It bounced right off support, right? And it did bounce off support. You got to be right for about an hour. You know, this is the 10-minute chart, right? You got to be right for an hour that it bounced off support. You feel me? You feel me? So it was like, let's see. Okay, Cassius, I've been meaning to ask you, what's the risk? Oh, no, what's the RSI that's under the 0 line on Market Cipher B? So there's not an RSI under the 0 line. Let me show you here. Okay, let me zoom in. This is Market Cipher B for everybody. This is the oscillator. So this is the price chart up here. This is the oscillator. On Market Cipher, which is an indicator that you can purchase up here. First, you would purchase it from their website, and then it would show up in your indicators up here. I heavily rely on Market Cipher B, specifically the momentum waves. I do look at other things. I just feel like the start of whatever technical analysis I'm doing always starts down here on these blue momentum waves. So the RSIs, there's two of them. It's this purplish one and this green one right here. This is a VWAP, the yellow, and this what's red on this right here is the money line. So there's no RSI below the 0. That's actually not how it works. The other ones go above and below, VWAP, money line, and the waves, but the RSIs only stay above. So this would be I don't know if you want to call it negative or not, but basically the bottom of the RSIs on Market Cipher B, the way they designed it, is to stop at the low is at 0, actually. What you said, you must be asking about another line. I think you might be asking about this red money flow line. On the standard for Market Cipher B, it's colored in. I'll show you. It's colored in on the standard one. What is that? Oh, that's the money line. That's the most people have it colored in. It was just kind of blocking me, so let me go back and show y'all. That's a good question though. So right here they have it like this. So they have money line more like this. They got it more see-through than this. But I do it a little bit differently. I just have it so I can see through like that because I'm looking at the blue lines. Yeah, okay, he got it. So yeah, that's all that is. That's just money flow. And I know I don't really talk about money flow, and a lot of other people do. I have different opinions on money flow. I feel like it is more of a lagging indicator than a leading indicator. And so for me, I can basically see what money flow is doing just by looking at the price. I don't really believe in divergences when it comes to the money flow. I think it's a general sentiment test though, right? Like money flow was kind of coming down here. You know, we were talking about this. Someone else in the group, actually in the Discord, was talking about this. And, you know, and I was like, well, the money flow stopped right here though. I mean, it's not going back up right here. And he was thinking that price might bounce. And I'm like, yeah, but money flow could still go lower. I mean, it's trending down. That's probably what I drew this line for. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, not to me, something that's going to lead you and tell you what's happening next. That's my opinion on money flow. And I know the Market Cipher community going, hey, when I say something like that, because they all talk about money flow all day long. For me, it's late. What I'm looking at is the momentum waves, and then based on a more zoomed in time frame. That's where I start. A more zoomed in time frame. Okay? So, anyways, we're gonna block some of this stuff here. My main thesis, though, is that nobody knows what. That's the thesis for today in general, but that's what we starting off the topic today is nobody knows what the hell price is going to do. Nobody knows it. So take the profit when it's given to you. That, man, this looked like perfect support. It was going to bounce off here just like it did the last 2 times. And guess what? You get to be right until you're wrong. That's how all of this works whenever you make price predictions. Man, I was right once. I was right twice. Hell, I was right a 3rd time until I was wrong. And that's what I'm saying, right? If this was the 100,000, but then this was the 108, well, shit. Was I right for taking profit here? Well, in my opinion, yes, you were right, because take the green when you see it. And everybody's trying to figure out what happens from here. I said, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going to happen next. Do I think a bounce might come? Yeah, a bounce might come from here. Risk versus reward, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to force a trade, right? This is another level of support, right? This is kind of obvious one, right? Obvious one. We're looking at this. Pull this up a bit, right? Could you enter something here for the long side? Perhaps. Yeah, you could, maybe. That don't look that bad, as a matter of fact, right? We get another green dot here in this 1 hour, you know? But what are we looking at on the higher time frames? I like to look at the higher time frame. Here's the thing. The bounce, if you get one, ain't going to be this. This is too strong a momentum to the downside. It's just too strong. It might, I'm not saying it won't reverse at all, but it won't just V right back. That's probably not going to happen. You get what I'm saying? You see, even when that came down here, you got a little jigga, and then boom, back up again, right? You're not going to get it that smooth. This is too big of a time frame. They just don't reverse like that usually. It's just too big. It would be, doesn't mean it can't happen. This could still be support. We definitely could still kind of, do some of this. You know what I mean? And this is where, if you are looking for more of a swing trade, okay, maybe it is a swing trade opportunity to the long side, right? Again, I don't know how high it's going to go. I'm not saying to get back to this line, but when I see what I'm really looking for, which is what I did up here, the opposite, I'm looking for an 8-hour dot. This is what I'm looking for. 8-hour dot. Let me get off this line right here. I'm looking for an 8-hour dot first. And let me go back to 8-hour. Right? Before I'm saying, this is before I do a longer term swing trade, right? If I'm gonna go long Bitcoin, I need to see a quote unquote confirmed reversal. I know everybody's confirmation is different, but what I mean is I want to see a dot on the 8-hour. And then what's going to happen is, which is what happened here, right? We got that red dot, but then look, I'll show you right here. This is what happened. We talked about this in my very first live stream, which is why I had those arrows. We saw this red dot. We're like, boom, confirmed to the downside, right? But then it bounced back up again. The same type of scenario could happen here, but onto the downside. When we get the the green dot for the 8-hour, whenever that comes, it's gonna come. The 8-hour, the dots cannot appear until the trend has already started. So like this red dot, you didn't get it here, you got it here. And again, this is why I hate looking back in time. We got to look at it real time, because did it show up here or did it show up here, right? Like I don't remember or know, and it's kind of hard to tell if you zoom in, right? You kind of have to have seen it. So what will happen is, though, when you get the dot, there'll be a little bit of move up, and then you get a little bit of retracement, and then if it doesn't break through and it holds, that's when you enter your long. How high it goes, I don't know. Many people use different metrics to determine support resistance. You got VWAPs, you got Bollinger Bands, you got trend lines, you got all kind of stuff to tell you where it goes. I don't know where it's going to stop. The way I'm going to know, Market Cipher B. Market Cipher B. I will zoom in some then, though, and make my decisions on that. I'll zoom in and make my decisions on where I think I'm going to get out when I think the momentum back to the upside. So I'm a momentum trader. I don't have no shame in saying it, because I said it before. Down here is 80% of the cake, and up here is the frosting. All this stuff is for the fun of it. You dip your finger in this, and it tastes good. But if it's going against this, it ain't going to really matter. You got to know what direction the shit is going in first. That's my approach in general. I got a couple other topics too. I had a question. Let's see. So here's the thing. I want to let y'all in on a secret, all right? I want to let y'all in a secret, all right? I walk around my house all day doing tasks and chores and cooking food and working out and cleaning up and listening to music and watching YouTube videos and seeing what the market is doing and watching CNBC, whatever, right? And all I'm really doing is talking to myself all damn day, like a crazy person. Talking to myself all day long. I'm like, what do I mean, all day long, I'm like, I have so many stories you guys don't even know. When I first started trading, it was TradFi. There's certain stuff I can't even tell you about on here. These guys had big money, okay? I really learned the game from OGs, old dudes who started trading in the late 90s. And I was new to the game. This is early 2020, okay? I met them on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? They're anonymous and shit. I don't even know if they lying to me at first. It took me a while to build trust with them and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around talking to myself all day, telling these stories in my brain, and I'm like, man, I got to get these stories out. This is one reason why I want to do the live stream. Hey, Kai's in the house. Shout out Kai. My homegirl Kai right there from Phemex. She's a real one. And so I have all this experience, and people don't know this about me. You know what I mean? Like, for example, this is before I was in crypto, right? This is trading stocks. SPAC Dream, the song I made is called SPAC Dream. It's about a SPAC is a certain segment of the stock market, some little niche, you know what I'm saying? Some little weird shit that it became popular. But I was way out in front of that wave because I knew these old school cats who showed me that, right? And they gave me the nuance, they gave me the game. This guy is texting me on Saturday, you know, market's closed, and giving me the game. So the reason I made the song SPAC Dream, if you listen to the song, it's basically a shout out to everybody who gave me the game. Right, both on Twitter and then on CNBC. I'm watching CNBC all day and then Bloomberg all night because CNBC goes off at 5 o'clock. Bloomberg those 24 hours pretty much, right? So I'm watching the Australian Open and shit, Asian Open and shit at like 2 in the morning, and I go to sleep. I got to wake back up at 5:55 is when I have my alarm set, even though I usually wake up before that automatically because the pre-market, I was trading on Robinhood. The pre-market on Robinhood started at 6. So, like, you know, I'm locked in all damn day on this shit, right? But the amount of money that these guys would trade with, okay, the amount of money was like, bruh, we in crypto, right? We market Cipher. We look at crypto face, we be like, damn, this fool putting 20 million on a trade. You know what I'm saying? Even 5 million on a single trade seemed like a lot to me. But he's using leverage to kind of boost that up a bit, right? These guys got money since way back. If you look at the guru, what was his profile say on Twitter? Retired M&A guy. He's not playing, y'all. You get what I'm saying? Like, these dudes been in the game. So, like, the amount of money we had on trades, I didn't really trade with him specifically. The other person I'm trading with, he wants to remain anonymous. But, bro, he's showing me the bankroll. And he's showing me the order book. I'm going to come back to some of these stories because the amount of money, every day he'd go in and we would fight the shorts. Every day. And you see him come in there and they set up these walls. And he set up his wall. And we trying to break through the wall and cause short squeezes and shit. Okay? It was crazy. You could literally see it, though, in the order book. Now, I don't use the order book nowadays. Maybe we can go back into it. But I'm using momentum to kind of do some of the same things because you start to see how big money can move markets. And probably no one watching this here has got 20 million to put on trades. So we're not actually moving markets. And so, but just I try to give you some perspective that all of the weird stuff that you could do both in stocks, I haven't done it all, of course. But there's a lot of weird stuff that can happen in crypto as well, whether it be DeFi projects and all kind of stuff like that. I've done it all, man, a yield farm and all that shit. And all my roads led me back to just plain old trading, man. And I like leverage, though, because you get a little more bang for your buck, all right? And crypto is pretty straightforward. When you try to do leverage in stocks, right, they have leverage tickers like the leverage NASDAQ or whatever. But they decay over time. They're mostly just for day trading and stuff like that. So you don't really want to hold them. Mathematically, it'll work against you unless, which I develop a trick, is you got to short the ones that go long and then the time is on your side. But anyway, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about crypto and leverage trading. So one person asked me, one person from the group, from the actual group here, Chris, we got one Dolinsky in the house. What's popping, Chris? Thanks for joining, man. This guy is an AI guru, a genius. So you guys want to follow Chris on Twitter. He's on the cutting edge of all the AI stuff for sure. Man, this man, he's the real deal. He's in part of my private alpha group. So anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, 25x leverage. Somebody asked me, how do you know what leverage you want to do? The short answer to that is it's circumstantial, okay? And, it's important to know that. Let me pull back up Phemex. So on Phemex here, right, you can adjust it. I got my screen set up better now. You set your leverage over here. Oh, it's up here. Honestly, I like trading Phemex on the phone a lot. But you set it up over here, right? Don't ever have it on cross. And the reason why not, the same guy reminded me, make sure you remind people don't do cross, do isolation. Isolation means this is your leverage and this is your position just in general, just on this one trade, okay? Just on this one ticker. But if you go cross, it's for your whole bankroll. So your liquidation point is when your account is drained, okay? You don't really want that most times. The only time you would want that is when it doesn't matter because you promise yourself you're only ever going to trade one ticker. And even then, you don't really need to. Those are people, there's a strategy, a style of trading, I should say, that people will put in only the amount of money they're willing to lose in the platform, and they trade that whole bag. Like they put on 100K, let's say you got 100K, and but every single position that they open is 100K. And they just have stop losses in there to say, if I go minus 1,000, I cut my losses, or minus 2,000, cut my losses. That would be the only reason I could see why you would want to have it on cross. It's just safer. Keep it on isolation. The one thing that's very important though is that you change a ticker, like, and the default is on cross. It's kind of dangerous. So let's just put on Ethereum real quick, right? Let's see, is the default on Ethereum? Probably not, because I was probably on Ethereum. But basically, you got to make sure. You got to make sure it doesn't say cross. And you can enter your trade and everything like that, and you can change it afterwards. It's no big deal. But you don't want to. You want to make sure that you're not. Was I on Ethereum? I thought I was. You want to make sure that it's not on cross. That is important. All these, I don't know, they're defaulting on isolation now. I guess that's a good thing. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about too is we want to look for. Oh, we said 25x. So how do I know I want to do 20? You know what? I did it on this ticker here, Myro. Okay. So Myro, let me go back to this. This seemed like a bigger move when we first did this, and then it came back up here, and then all the way back down. I would have made hella more money if I had stayed in the trade all the way down here. Same with Degen. Oh my God, look at this one. This is my favorite shitcoin to short is Degen. Write it down. Oh, I'm on. You guys, my bad. I gotta go to TradingView. Right here, Degen. This is my favorite ticker to short. One of the things I gotta start sharing with you guys more, and I will in the private Discord, is the tickers, the ones that are good for shorting and the ones that are good for going long on any given day or like the past few days or whatever. That's what I'm gonna do. Degen is one of my favorite ones, and I'm gonna go over why in a second. But this Myro trade, right? So I did make some money on this trade. I actually had put it in when we were just testing it out on Monday, and then I got stopped out when it did this here. But I re-entered on the way back down, right? What time? Yeah, like 7 in the morning. I had woke up in the morning, and I was like, this is bullshit. And it's coming back down again. So I re-entered, and I got out like here. It was a quick one, right? Boom to boom. I think I posted in the Discord, right? It did go back up. I wish I had re-entered again, but then look at this whole move down, right? This is a ticker. It's a meme coin, bro. This ain't leading the market to the bear run, to the bull market. So this is my thought process. I really want to tell you guys this, okay? Because why did I short things like this one, and Sheeb? Sheeb did the okie doke. Sheeb did the doo-wop on us, right? We were like here on Monday, and then it decided to come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. I'm like, this shit is fake, man. You know what I'm saying? Really ain't nothing you could tell me to think that Shiba Inu is going to lead the market back to all-time highs and Bitcoin's going to follow it. Come on, bruh. It's fake. So when Sheeb did this and Bitcoin did this, you know what I'm saying? Bitcoin did this. I'm like, Bitcoin didn't even break a new high. I'm like, what the hell is Shiba Inu doing up here? You know what I'm saying? This is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So I had to wait though. This is I got a good entry. So, because actually I was just trying to do it as an example, and it kind of broke my rule. I was trying to do an example on my first stream, and I entered when I just started the group and I entered it. But basically, Shiba Inu, to me, it was obvious it got above its skis. Once the reversal started and everybody who was in Sheep, actually, you can see I had a little thing in there, actually. I did have a little thing in there for the Sheep, right? Once the reversal started, I was like, bruh, this is gonna go. Like, this is not real. So I got out, because I didn't know exactly where it was gonna stop. I took my profit, no big deal. Made back whatever I had lost on this stop loss or whatever. I wasn't really sweating Sheep at the moment. But time told that it was fake. So this is why I don't usually trade Bitcoin, certainly not short it. I'll short something else that got over its skis. So what I'm going to try to do for my private Discord group is call out these types of moves. Now, what I'm not going to do is tell you exactly where to enter and exit, because for me to know where to enter and exit, I got to zoom in, bro, and this is not even enough time. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to teach you guys is how to identify these things. I'm not giving you price predictions. And to bring it back to my initial way I started this, it ain't about price prediction. It's about showing you, okay, I'm scouring my list of tickers here. I got a couple hundred tickers here or whatever, right? 180 of them or something around here, right? I'm kind of scouring my list, and I'm like, hold on, man, this is fake. I'm not saying the exact number of where we want to enter Sheep. For me, it was more of when I had a confirmed reversal, and I was like, okay, this is fake. We probably had a red dot on the 1 hour. Where are we? We probably had a red dot on the 1 hour showing up. And I was like, okay, we're getting it. Yeah, see? Right here was the red dot. Was that the red dot? We already had the red dot. We had a fake ass pump. And then I'm like, this is coming back down again. And so basically, I'm going to try to call these type of things out that when I see something got over its skis. And honestly, you guys, I short more than I go long because this market is wild, bro. Like, I don't know what coin is going to pump, but certain coins I can tell you are going to dump. And mostly meme coins, okay? I don't know what to tell you. They don't have utility. And unfortunately, the people who believe in this stuff end up getting wrecked. And my main goal is to stop my followers from getting wrecked. That's why I developed the short-term scalping strategy, where you get the hell out. You cut your losses and you get out before you actually take any big losses. And so, for example, the perfect example is the trade I made on Bitcoin. Did I get out too early? Well, yeah, I got out too early. It could have gone lower, right? I got out around here, right, at this support and resistance line or whatever. But I had a good reason. I seen a deep-ass 10-minute right here. Again, what if I was wrong? What if it had gone up? What if it hadn't done this shit? You know what I'm saying? I'll be waking up in the morning like, damn, I round-tripped it again. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't trying to do that, man. So here's the thing. Oh, yeah, I wrote this down because I like to tell you, I think about this shit all day and I write it down, some of these notes now so I can go over with you. The thing about why I like short-term trading more than long-term trading, because it's like, how many zigzags can you predict in advance until one of them goes against you? That's basically what it is. I can predict only so many of these zigzags before one of them breaks out, right? This was one of the most perfect, what do we call one of the most perfect trading zones I ever seen, you know, or even on a smaller time frame here. This was all in a day. This was the same day, this one here. You know what I'm saying? Perfect bottom, perfect top, perfect bottom. I mean, this one was like $2 to $1, and then perfect bottom. And what happens is you're only going to catch it so many times. So if you took profit here and it went lower, but you caught all of these, who cares? You made money all day. You know what I'm saying? This was a perfect range. I don't know. I can't even remember last time I seen a range this perfect $2 to $1 on both ends. You know what I'm saying? So it's a trading range, and that's fine. First thing you got to do is identify what environment you're in. And that's what I'm here to help you guys do that, right? Not everybody has the time to go through these tickers and look. And me personally, I just, it doesn't take me hella long. I can just see it pretty quickly. Also, I just been following so many tickers for so long. This is another one, you guys. This is another one, a piece of important game. You got to know what ticker you're trading, man. And I knew that on Bitcoin, that like when I entered this, I had Bitcoin at 60x leverage. I knew it. I was not at risk of some crazy stuff happening on Bitcoin. But Myron did it when it went up to here. Shiba Inu did it when it went up to here. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know what you're trading. And then Degen, my favorite one, I didn't go long it at all. I just saw this. I said, look, man, I see a lot of meme coins over their skis. Let me go back to the well. Let me go to my bread and butter and see. And sure enough, I checked Degen. It was over its skis like all the rest. And I entered. Bro, I had just woken up in the morning, bro. This took me 5 seconds of analysis. You know what I'm saying? All I had to do was look at some 1 hour waves, 10-minute waves, and I was in. To me, risk versus reward was obvious. And I needed, and then I went in there, private group, and I put that in there. I'm probably going to rearrange some of the channels. The general chat, I love you guys, and I want to engage with everybody on the general chat. But then some of my call-outs, I need to have a separate channel that's just for the call-out, so I don't get lost in the shuffle. And maybe what I'll do is then I'll tell everybody to check it in the general, so people can kind of double check the call-outs on a day. Like, okay, these tickers are doing this morning, or this ticker is looking like this right now. Really, a lot of times is this ticker is in a good range to do the scalping strategy. When I say the scalping strategy is the one I kind of developed looking at market Cipher, which is the 1 hour and a 10-minute. So the first thing we're looking at is what's the 1 hour, and this is beautiful for you. Give me a bunch of these, you know what I mean? And then within it, you zoom in and you get on the 10-minute, and then you can get in and out of the you're basically buying the dip or selling the rip on the 10-minute inside the 1 hour. I need to make a better video that kind of goes over it in more detail, like real specific, one that's nicely edited and stuff. But the point is, when you see a green dot here in the 1 hour, what you're going to do is wait until the next green dot on the 10-minute, and then you're going to enter. It's really hard to, you see how it's kind of hard to go back and back test, because where was that green dot at on the 1 hour? We don't really know. You have to see it in real time. And I'm going to when I get more comfortable with the technical stuff, I'm probably going to do more live trading. The problem is also, you got to sit there and wait. Like, you really got to watch. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even really ever go long Degen. So we say Bitcoin. I don't really do it on Bitcoin because it's not as volatile. But let's just say we were looking for it right now. I would have to wait. This is what we do. We have to sit here and wait. And I'd probably be like this, and it'd be boring. But we would be grooving out. And what we can do is set alerts, by the way, which I already have in the Discord as well on a different indicator. It's not Market Cipher, but it's an indicator that just follows the waves. And it shows me when there is a bullish sentiment on the 1 hour in Bitcoin. Now, not everything follows Bitcoin to a T, but Bitcoin's kind of the bellwether. So then you go and look at your other tickers, and maybe I'll start attaching some of my other favorite tickers to do the scalping strategy on. And we might be in and out in 10 minutes, right, in one candle. But basically the point is this. We'll wait for this green dot to show up on the 1 hour, right? Let's say we got it. Boom. We got the green dot on the 1 hour. Now, inevitably, like this is how it works. You will always have a green dot on the 10-minute before the 1 hour. It's just how it works. Like the lower time frames have to turn green before the higher time frame. It never doesn't work that way. That's how it works, right? Once that occurs, then you gotta wait now, because what's going to happen is let's say we got the red. We're pretending that we got a green dot on the 1 hour. That means that when I zoom in on the 10-minute, you're going to see a green dot. You could jump in right now, but we don't know if it's at the end of this green dot, right? And this is a perfect example. If we had done that, this might turn red again. So what you have to do is wait for the next green dot, which means you have to wait for a red dot first. Price would probably be coming down because it's a red dot, right? Let me pull that back up my paintbrush here. Price would be coming back down a little bit. And then we would be waiting on that next green dot on the 10-minute, and then we would enter. And then we would just ride it until we saw a red dot on the 10-minute, and then we would get out. How high does it go? Nobody knows. But if you catch one of these moves or one of these big moves, you're trading with the trend. So like a lot of people say, I know Flopping Groper says it a lot, small wins, small losses, small wins, small losses, and then you catch that one big win, right? So for here, we'll say like if you're doing small wins, small losses, small wins, small losses, if you're going short, small wins, small losses, and then big win, you know what I'm saying? Then small, and then you got out, and then big win, right? You get what I'm saying? So like these little dots, they suck because basically you're basically getting charged trading fees, but like you're not losing. That's the main thing. You're not losing, and that is what I'm here to try to save you. If you don't lose, you stay in the game, something's gonna go your way. I promise you that's how it works. Something will eventually go your way if you protect your bankroll and you're trading with the trend. But when you start wishing, when you start hoping, when you start thinking that, you know, this was the bottom, I'm all in for a Bitcoin to the moon, and then it does this, well, it's just dipping down a little bit, and then it does this. Okay, Henry asked, how do you get in and out? Okay, I don't know exactly what you mean, but you do it on Phemex, right? So if we're on Phemex, you know, you would buy and sell. I know Henry's kind of new to trading in general. We're going to go over to more of a newer course, but you'd buy and sell here basically. But how do I know when to get in and out is based on trading view. That's based on trading view. So that would be on the momentum waves down here on Market Cipher B, and or you know, just some other tool that shows you when momentum is done, right? So when momentum looks like it's starting on the 10-minute, we're getting in. When this I'll show you right here. When this 10-minute it is done, you're gonna see a red dot. Get out, because I don't know how far price is gonna go down. I have a sticker right here on my monitor. Let me tell you something. I have a sticker right here on my monitor. This is for shorting. This is backwards too. Never fight a 10-minute. Let me turn this around one time. Where are we? Never fight a 10-minute green dot on a short. All right? I have that sticker there because I don't want to guess, to hope. I don't want to think that I could just work through this 10-minute. Even me, I invented the strategy, and I'm the one over here got to remind myself, because the only way you ever lose money is when you don't stick to the strategy. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. The only time I lose money is when I don't stick to the strategy. I swear to God. And then I got no one to blame but myself. You feel me? You don't got nobody to blame but your damn self when you don't stick to the strategy. Okay, Henry, what you got? How do you open the momentum wave? Okay, you don't. Oh, the oscillator on here. This is an indicator called Market Cipher. You would have to buy it, and it costs $1,500 lifetime. For me, it's worth every penny, but I know not everybody has something like that to just jump right into. So you're going to have to find another indicator that gives you some sort of indication on the momentum waves. Again, I suggest buying Market Cipher if you can afford it, and I have a referral link for it in the description of the video too. I appreciate if you guys use it. I get a little something for that affiliate link, but basically, this is the thing that is making a difference for me. Before I had Market Cipher, I already knew how to trade. So I have a little bit of an advantage. I did not trade off that momentum wave, but I knew how the markets work. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. I have a lot of experience that I learned from some OGs, man, and they got a lot of money on the line. And we knew things were working trends. We knew things work in momentum. So I just never had this precision to measure it. And this works on a longer time frame, but it depends on your bankroll, right? It's like, so look at Breakout Prop here, right? Breakout Prop, they give you 100,000 to trade with, right? And Blockchain Cowboy says crypto, and crypto even more so on the trends, right? More so. But I promise you, the stock market works the same damn way. All of this shit is a game of trend chasing, bruh. I don't give a damn about fundamentals. I'm tired of it. Fundamentals help show sentiment, which leads to a trend. But only one thing moves price, and that is if people buy or if people sell. I'm sorry. Anything else you tell me is hearsay. The mechanics of the market is something that cannot be changed. Things go up because people buy, things go down because people sell. Period. It doesn't matter why they choose to buy or why they choose to sell. They issued more shares, so they diluted the market. People could come buy them too. I can't tell you what people are going to do for sure, but what I can say is that in the short term, it's easier for me to predict than in the long term. And I could have been playing this, but if I hadn't taken profit here and I thought I was going to go long, all of a sudden I went long here because it went long here and it went long here. If I didn't have a stop loss, I would have got wrecked. So the main thing is don't lose your money. The main thing is have bankroll management, because I don't care what strategy somebody gives you. If they don't have good bankroll management built into the strategy, if it goes south, you're going to get wrecked. And I don't want you guys to lose money. I want you to stay in the game. It's okay to cut your losses. It's okay to take a small loss. We will live to fight another day. And as much as I wish I had stayed in this short and I was like, oh man, look how much more money I would have made, twice as much money on this trade. It hurts way more if I had lost all this money because it went up this high this way. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I'm looking on TradingView. It would have lost if I had gone up all the way up to here. Yeah, I could have stayed in this trade and I would have went down here. I could have made all this money. I would have woke up this morning. All this money would have been mine. Literally would have made twice as much money on that trade because I basically made from here to here was my profit, right? But here to here was basically my profit. I could have made twice as much money if I just had the balls to hold it. But why fight my own strategy? I promise you, more times than not, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I promise you this. I learned the hard way too many times. Don't fight the 10-minute green dot, right? And I'm not saying any green dot, it is a little bit circumstantial, but this deep green dot, this deep, man, that's a tough one. Now, what we are looking at is some divergences here, right, on the 10-minute waves, which is kind of short time frame to call out a divergence because you're going to see a lot of them potentially before price reverses. Let's see what the 1 hour is doing here. I mean, there's a very good chance Bitcoin bounces here, you guys. Like a very good chance. It looks like it's already starting, right? This is a pretty strong support line. And also, the momentum is slowing down. This is still pretty deep to the downside. But I'm telling you, what I'm looking for here, if I was looking for an entry, this is it. I need to see some green action. Give me a dot right here. Give me that next dot. It's coming. Let's see. I'll tell you when it's coming. Right now, I'll tell you when it's coming. Look, we got the 45-minute has a dot. Clean out some of this stuff. The 45-minute has a dot already. Be careful what you click here. 45-minute has a dot already, right? What comes after 45? Oops. What comes after 45 minutes? The hour wave. Now, here's how it works for those who don't know. This dot is not printed, it's printing, okay? So this dot right here, because this might be a great divergence here, right? Price coming way down and we starting to get momentums go up. This could be a great entry for a long. This dot right here, let's see. We got, this dot will be confirmed in 20 minutes. So if price stays like where it's at or higher, the 45-minute will print this dot in 20 minutes, right? It'll be there officially. It never leaves after it prints. Tom Crown, oh my God, my man Tom is in the house, man. Tom Crown. We got to play the music loud. It gets an extra big party when Tom is in the house. You feel me? Now, Tom is an OG in the game. If you guys not following Tom Crown, you definitely want to follow him. I've been watching him for years now. The guy is on his job, all right? Man, he had so many calls. Tom would be like, I can't believe XRP is going to all-time high. And you're like, bro, XRP hella far from where? What are you talking about? I'm talking not weeks from now, hours, a day, next day, all-time high. You'd be like, how the hell you know? He's a damn wizard. He called out BCH is going. I'm like, get the hell out of here. You look like, bro, he was right. Tom is a G. Follow Tom and make sure that you tap into his live stream. You'll learn a lot about trading by following Tom. But Tom, thanks for joining, bro. This is only my third live stream ever, bro. So you're going to give me some pointers, hopefully. I was going over my strategy here with Market Cipher B. I really am trying to make this simple, right? There's 1,000,001 strategies in trading. 1,000,001, bro. But I'm trying to make it simple, the ones I can easily teach. So what I'm looking at here right now is 45 minutes. I'm waiting for this 1 hour to turn green. If we were looking for a long, right? We already went over this is kind of support. If we can get a 1 hour green here for my scalping strategy, then what I'm doing is zooming into the 10-minute. It's going to be green, right? I want to wait for the red dot. Not doing nothing yet. When it comes back down on the next green dot, if the 1 hour is still green, that's where I'm going to enter. And then we ride that until we can't ride it no more. So like I said in the song, ride the blue wave or go broke like a hobo, because we're going to ride it until it wants to turn red again. And then when I see that momentum go against me, I'm getting out. That's it. And we're going to keep doing that as long as we have a green dot on the 1 hour. And we might do this. You're basically buying a dip. We might do this all the way up. And I don't know how high it's going to go. I have no idea. I don't pretend to know. Tom might know. He said Tom is a G on this. I don't know how high it's going to go. I really don't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep buying it. I'm going to get out when it goes against me. I'm going to get back in. It goes against me, get out, go back in. Get it out. But I'm not looking at it on the price chart. I'm actually looking at it down here. It's actually on the 10-minute. On the 10-minute, I'm actually looking at it down here is where I'll be looking at it, because it might do some of these, might do some of these, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when it starts doing these, eventually this is not going to be green no more, and then the play is over. After that, now we're looking for the short. That's my basic 1 hour, 10-minute scalping strategy. That's it. Do the higher time frames matter? They always matter. I mean, I would like to have more stuff, more wind at my back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier in the stream, you know, I like the 8 hour to give me to some sort of when I believe there's going to be like an actual reversal. I had played it earlier at the top here kind of perfectly. I called it. This is my very first live stream. You see these arrows here. I kind of zoomed in here. But I was like, I think price we were probably on the 1 hour when I drew it. I was like, because price was only here. I was like, and when it started to come down, I was like, okay, we got the 8 hour red dot, but that doesn't mean it's going to come straight down forever from this 8 hour red dot. We're probably going to see a bounce. I woke up in the morning, we're seeing a bounce. I'm like, okay, now I'm looking for my entry. You have like a retracement. So that's what we did. And it did just like this. I entered, we zigzagged a little bit, and then it came back down again, right? And also I had entered, and just for the people joining, I had entered some shit coins. And that's what I was looking to see. I got stopped out, and they outperformed to the upside. Everybody was talking about we're going back to the moon, right? I stopped a sheep and Myro. But as the next day came and Bitcoin didn't break up that high, I was like, I'll be damned if Myro and Shiba Inu are going to be the thing that leads Bitcoin back to its all-time high, right? So that's when I jumped back in a short and rode that bad boy all the way down. No, actually, wouldn't even know. I wish I should have held it all the way back down here. I didn't. I got out because I stuck to the strategy. And could I made more money? Yes. But I'm trying to get us to play safe, man. Cut your losses. Don't lose everything. That's what I'm really looking for. Now, I'm not going to go on too long. We've been on here about, 45 minutes? Any questions in the chat? Go ahead and ask me right now. Let's see. I got my notes here. Short-term trading I want to go over. Let's see. I was trying to lead. I just want to call it out. So I'm trying to lead by example, right? On my Phemex, right? I just started a sub account, put in $1,000, okay? And I just want to call this out, right? This is just a general bankroll management type of thing for folks, all right? Because this is good to know, right? You don't leave all of your trading money on the exchange, okay? Because anything can happen in crypto. Again, I want to stop you from getting wrecked, both in a trade and just in general. So this is just for basic math. Let's say I had 10 grand to trade with, right? Okay, so I put 1,000 in my trading account on Phemex, right? Maybe I keep another 10%, another 1,000 in Kraken, which is my fiat on ramp, off ramp. I can kind of make moves in and out of there pretty quickly, or another 40% in my wallet, and then 40% is not even in crypto, right? That can be in your bank account. You feel me? And then most of my bag is not on the exchange, only if I need to add to it, because you're not trying to play with all your money. And then you could use leverage to get a bigger position if you want and all that money. And if, hopefully you don't screw it up. But if you do, then it's not all your bag. The other way, which is a totally different approach, is prop firm trading. And that's where Breakout Prop comes in. Now, on Breakout Prop, they give you 100 grand to trade with if you buy an evaluation for $800. Now, I have a discount code. This is my affiliate code, so I get something for that if you use it. But it also gives you a discount, GGRF7W. So when you buy an evaluation on Breakout, then you get a discount if you use this code. That's when you put it in. You can do it every time too. So Breakout Prop gives you that 100 grand. That's what I like about Breakout Prop. Whereas you already spent your money up front. Now, the way it works is you have to pass the evaluation. So you got to get 10% before you lose 6%. That's basically what the rules are. And those are continuing to be the rules after you get funded. But it makes sense, right? They're not going to give any sucker off the street 100 grand of their own money to trade with, right? And you just lose it all. You got to prove yourself. You got to show you can get to 10,000 first. And then that's when you get, it says automatically, it'll say that you passed the evaluation. And then now you start trading. And, for me, I remember I made back my $800 the first day. So it was like, okay, now I get it. It's kind of like unlimited to the upside, but my downside risk, not only do I know what it is, it's already been paid for. You know what I'm saying? If you get breached and you go below that -6%, you don't like lose any additional money. It's only the money that you already paid for the evaluation. So, you can start a new evaluation, but you don't lose anything extra. That's one reason why I like Breakout Prop. Breakout Prop also, in my opinion, is better for short-term trading. A lot of people try to YOLO it. And, first they tell themselves they're not going to do it, but then they try it. And then what happens is it goes against you. And it's, you can't dip that much. There's also built-in leverage on Breakout Prop. This is very important. All the prices move a lot faster. Oh, in this case, it's not the prices, it's your bankroll, like your position size, how much money you have on it. You're like, dang, I made money hella fast. And then you lose it hella fast. So that's why I'm always a proponent of taking profit. And Breakout Prop, you can do it quick. So I definitely like scalping on Breakout Prop or Phemex, either one. Let's see, we're here. What else? Okay, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. Man, I got a lot of bangers in the background. I suspect the ideas in development. That's the story of my life, so I'm selling it. Once you're nailing it, then consider selling it. I'm so hot that I'm rapping for the hell of it. All right. I'm so hot that I'm rapping for the hell of it. Let's go. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée, man. We got to get this trading party started. So anyways, man, let's see. Okay. Oh, I just wanted to call out some shit. So on my personal account, though, I do take high risks. And just in general, what I like to say is you got to learn the rules of trading before you can break the rules of trading. And this is a good one for Tom Crown's YouTube channel. Tom gives a lot of game on basics of trading. Like just a lot of fundamentals. What is a Fibonacci? What is all this stuff? He has the coolest art, like the graphics. Like, bruh, I don't even know how you do it. It's too much work. I can't even do all that. But the fundamentals, he got 1,000,001 videos to you guys. He's been doing this shit for years. He's a great content creator. So so Henry's asking me like, where can you learn stuff? Well, I would say watch some of Tom's channels. So Tom's videos has a lot of good stuff on there to show you some of the basic fundamentals of trading, what this and that means, and these type of candles, and just how the market works and how it moves and what charting. If you're brand new, the way he got it to display, I'll never make content like that, probably. You know what I'm saying? Now, does it tell you exactly where to enter and exit exactly? Well, not necessarily. Well, sometimes, yeah, it's in theory, though. You know what I mean? It's not like he live streams through, but like they're more like educational that are, to me, told in a nice manner. So, but once you learn the rules of trading, that's when you can break the rules of trading. And that's where a crazy motherfucker like me, Cassius Cuvée, gonna come in here. So I got all kind of shit. We're going to get into it as I live stream more in the private Discord too. I got short squeeze strategies. And I kind of went over it a little bit. I went over it a little bit over here on this Shiba Inu right here, where like, I wouldn't exactly call this a short squeeze, but like, man, I identified it went against the grain here so much that it's like, bruh, Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could take higher risk. And so to kind of answer my man's questions, like when you decide to do a 25x leverage is when I saw that this was fake as fuck. I got to try not to cuss on here. I don't know YouTube's rules. I was like, this is so fake. Hey, Kai, she fucks with Tom too. I was like, hey, this pump was hella fake, bruh. So why do 25x leverage here? Because I knew it was fake. And this is important, I was trading with the trend. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you know, if you think you're trading with the trend, then that's when you can go heavier on the leverage. But, you know, I also knew that I planned on taking profit, right? That's also why part of the reason why I didn't hold it this far, which I should have. It would have made more money. But I got out when I stuck to the strategy. So that's like, there's certain nuances that are circumstantial. So I don't necessarily want to come on here and preach that stuff because a new person might think, oh, I could just do that again. And you're like, not really. You know what I'm saying? This is why I want to give you the tools and teach you what to look for so you'll identify it on your own. But again, I'm going to be calling out some of these opportunities that I noticed in the live stream. And I might say, okay, I used to do it on Twitter too. I'd be like, oh, so-and-so short squeezing. Because there was a hell of a lot of short squeezes, right? When we had that ridiculous fervor about DJing is short squeezing again. DJing, my favorite shitcoin, is short. If you go back on my old Twitter tweets, I'm like, oh, it's doing it again, y'all. Get ready. And, you know, you see it does all these pumps and then blah, 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 all the way down. I don't try to guess when it's going to go up. I just wait till it stops going up and I short it back down. And then you take the damn profit. And like, okay, when exactly do you do it? A little bit more of an art than a science, which is why I don't want to come on here and preach that you should do this, you should do this. You kind of get a feel for it by watching that specific ticker, by testing your position size. It allowed it on Breakout Prop as well. So I was testing, like, it moves faster on Breakout Prop. Things move faster on Breakout Prop because there's built-in 2x leverage than it does on Phemex, for example, because Phemex is whatever leverage you set. You see what I'm saying? So you got to know that. So I can't come on here and tell you buy it now or sell it now because you got to know, okay, I'm literally on the 1 minute chart. You know what I'm saying? This is the 5 minute chart just to show y'all, but I'm trading on the 1 minute chart. There's no way I can kind of tell you fast enough, like, hey, this is, and I'm not going to pretend to tell you in advance what the price is supposed to be either. I'm like, when it gets to exactly 0.1346, that's when you go short. Man, don't nobody know that. But in the moment, what I'm doing is I'm zoomed all the way in here too, right? I'm zoomed into here and I'm looking at, okay, what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like if we were looking right now at this, okay, this is 3 minutes. Shit, I might be zoomed on 1 minute. Now the 1 minute, I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna get a million signals on the 1 minute on markets FRB, right? The 1 minute, it's just not that strong. I do look at it because I want to see if you know, if you got a big ass wave up in here, okay, maybe you get a reversal. Price may not do this every time, but like, okay, its momentum is peaking out. Let's wait till it reverses, you know. But 1 minute, you're really not going to know much. 3 minute, okay, a little bit more. 5 minute, we start to get a little bit of more certainty. Okay, oh, this is DGen. You know, let's just put it on Bitcoin for a second here. I got Bitcoin over here. Go Breakout Prop. I got Bitcoin over here. So, okay, and again, I can't stress this enough. Even though I like trading the shit coins, I always keep an eye on Bitcoin because I want to know relativity. Like, Bitcoin will lead it. It's almost like a divergence sometimes, right? If Bitcoin is going in one direction, but the shit coin is going up and Bitcoin's going down, I'm like, hold on a minute, bro. Kind of a divergence. Like, this might play catch-up. You see, it's already... Let me zoom in a little bit. It already is kind of playing catch-up here. When you see them side by side, this is the 1 minute chart. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. It's doing a little zigzag. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. You want to do it so you can see the proper. Actually, I have to move it up a little bit. It's cut off the screen. You know, you could see exactly what the time frame is, right? You want them to be apples to apples. Okay. You see it follows it, but not exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of thing that I have set up. But you could also do a split screen on TradingView. Let's go back to Phemex, especially since we got Kai on here from Phemex. On here, I'm only having one thing open. I'm doing all my TA on TradingView. And then you place the trades, obviously, on Phemex. Okay? So now, what I do too, and what I was trying to do in the other streams is have it split screen. So I had 2 screens, right? So I had 2 screens. So, but one screen was above the other one and one screen was below the other one. I put TradingView on the bottom one and I had my, you know, my trading screen, the platform on the top one, right? Right now I got my screens left to right. So I guess I got to take a little getting used to it. Either I could put them on the same screen because it's not so small for me. It's just kind of small for you guys to see. But like I could have TradingView over here and then I could be buying and selling over here. Most of the time I'm looking at TradingView and I'm looking down here. I'm looking down here at TradingView, and then I'm executing. I'm jumping up there. Again, this is why I like having the split screens. You'd be able to see. I'm jumping up here, and I'm entering, and I'm exiting. That's pretty much it. We almost at an hour worth of time. Blockchain. Okay, if you're here and you haven't clicked yet, click the bell. I appreciate you for reminding me, guys, in the chat. Listen, man. I'm trying to get YouTube to start recognizing me more of as a trader channel. So if you can like this and make comments and that kind of stuff, answer my initial question, which is I'm going to go back to the initial question. I'm going to close this. The initial question I posed at the beginning of this is if Bitcoin price was at 98K, let me pull myself back up here. If Bitcoin was at 98K and somebody told you that it was going to 100K, and it went to 108K, but you took profit at 100K, so you only made 2,000, but you could have made 8,000 more. Were they right or were they wrong? Okay, were they right or were they wrong when they told you it was going to 100K? What is your opinion on that, right? On one hand, I can say green is green. Man, I made $2,000. What's the problem? But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but was he right? It didn't go to 100K. It went to 108K, right? Give me my money, bro. You made me lose 8K at the table. And the reason, again, I'm bringing this up because I don't give price predictions. Almost never, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I do, I got a whole bunch of disclaimers around it because I'm like, if this and this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to play that game. I'm playing the momentum game where it might go to 108K. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you when we get there. And that's my whole premise. I'll tell you when we get there, bro. And the way I'll know is because I'm looking at when the momentum is starting to shift. Because if I'm wrong and we get out, well, hell, we can re-enter. They'll give us a signal when to re-enter as well. We'll get another dot, right? So it's okay. It's okay to take profit. You get out a little early or whatever the case may be. That's totally fine. You know, you just got to make sure that you don't get wrecked. By all means, that is the number one thing, bro. You know, I'd rather have trading fees eat me all day than go down with a sinking ship thinking that, okay, well, Bitcoin hit support right here, right? Bitcoin hit support. I went in. Oh, well, it went down here. Well, hell, it's going to bounce off this. I'm going to average down. Hit here. Well, now we're on a real support, you guys. It's going to not go lower than this, you know. I'm going to average down. Before you know it, I got half my bankroll in this trade trying to win back 1 unit, and I got 10 units in. You get what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that this just goes to here to break even, and if it goes to here, I'm rich. And what does it do? It goes to here. Don't be that guy. And I'm telling you from experience, I've been that guy, right? We all been there. We all been there. Even when you have notes on your desktop telling you what to do, you still ignore them sometimes. You feel me? And the discipline is the hardest part. Get you a strategy that protects your bankroll and then continue to stick with that and you'll win in the long run. The good news is when you're doing leverage like this or when you're doing just trading, it's linear. It goes up or it goes down. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you trade options, for example, then time is against you. You feel me? Time's against you if you trade options. You have to hit a strike price by a certain time, which is why the real professional options traders, they have spreads because you're buying one out in or you're selling one out in the distance to help pay for the one in the current shorter time. It gets real complicated. It's like 3D basically because you got to know when. On this, I just need to know up or down. And if I'm wrong and it's going down and I was betting on up, cut my losses, get out. Fuck it. Start over. Whenever I try to do the average down or whatever, that's when you end up getting burned. And you'd be like, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? By now, we know. By now, ain't nobody got to tell you. You know damn well, right? So, and if you're new, you don't know, which is why I'm really trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? If you're new, you don't know. I'm really trying to tell you guys, like Henry, I know is new on here. Like Henry, baby steps. You feel me? Get on Phemex. You're going to start leverage at 2x leverage, and then you're going to start it at 3x. And then one day you're going to try 5x. You're going to be like, holy shit, what the hell? This just did something way crazy than I thought. I didn't think I was going to get liquidated that fast. You're going to have it on isolation mode, Henry. Okay, anybody new? You're going to have it on isolation mode. You're going to make sure Phemex, let's get it on. You're going to make sure Phemex shows not cross. You want to say isolate. You don't want cross. You want isolation mode because that means that your trade is only on that one. Hella baby steps. Yep. Your trade is only on that one. Your bankroll is only being used for that one trade, okay? And, of course, you're going to use stop losses and all that as well. But you start with the 2x, and this is, again, where you would lower it. You'd be like, pump your brakes. I'm down here at 2x. and then you can raise it on the next trade and the next trade. And one day you're going to try the 10x, and again, you're going to be like, what the hell? Who guys are out there? I see, I know some experienced traders out there, Itma and Blockchain Cowboy. So don't degen and 100x. Yeah, especially if you're new. Listen, if you do it with like $1 just to see. Okay. Kai, you know what I mean? She knows too. So, but my point is you will learn quick. There's a big difference between 2x and 5x. Certainly 2x and 10x. You're like, holy shit, like what? Like, damn. And the way you can test it, by the way, like in advance without like actually getting burned is Phemex is one of the reasons why I like Phemex more than, no disrespect to anybody who've used MEXC or whoever else, BitUnex or whoever the other ones are. But like, or Bybit even, I have a Bybit account. I don't know what it is, but Phemex has all the little nuances that makes everything more user-friendly. So like when you go to open a trade, if I already had one open, it's doing all the calculations for you right here. So let's see. It's like if you entered this trade at this much money. Let me see real quick. What I got? 2,000. How the hell I got to? Make sure you don't screw this up. I don't know how the hell I got 2,000 on there. But let's say I was going to open the trade. Like before you go. So you got size, you got cost, position size. Let's see. Entry. Oh, this is BNB. That's why. $600. Your estimated liquidity price. So if I already had a price open, and let's say I did, it's a kind of a different strategy. If I did want to average down, let's say I was DCAing into a position, it does the math for you and tells you what your new price would be on this amount if you did this, and then it'll do that on even multiple ones. So Phemex is kind of nice for that. Okay, he's doing so. Okay, Itma does 25 to 50x typical for me. Is that on Bitcoin? I'm assuming that's Bitcoin. Most of the shit coins max out at 50. Sometimes a large bag 10x is fun. Yeah. 10x is really all you need. Listen, you could do whatever you want to do, but 10x is a good kind of like, you see people like Crypto Face, you put $1 million to do 10x. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? 10x is plenty. You know what I mean? But you're going to notice your liquidation point. That's what you're going to want to look for. And in reality, and this is the thing, here's the dirty little secret about leverage that I'm going to give you guys a warning on. The higher your leverage, the lower the liquidation point, like percentage wise. You'll notice when you get liquidated, you're like, hold on, I had like a couple more dollars before I'm supposed to get liquidated. It jumps ahead and just kills that shit. And then your liquidation price shows like minus 101%. You're like, but I was supposed to stop loss at 80%. You do get burned. So you still want to have a stop loss even when you're having a high liquidation, a high percentage or whatever. Always use a stop loss. That's about it for today. Let's see. Yeah, facts. The liquidation bag is bigger. So be careful. I learned that quick when I first started leverage trading. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, appreciate you guys. You like the video, share the video. Do whatever you can to help support a brother. Your boy Cassius Cuvée is always going to support you. People who tweet me out, you'll see on my Twitter, I re-shout them out. I show love. I ain't one of those people who, people engage with me and I just ignore y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I had to kind of ask somebody yesterday on like, are you even real? So I'm in the Algorand community, and there's a woman who always posting about Algorand, so I'm always engaging, liking her stuff. I said, yes. I said, are you even real? Like I said, reply to this if you real. She's like, am I? Okay, you want to be a smart ass? That's fine. You can get unfollowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still follow her, but I'm like, bruh, like I'm just engaged with you, and I'm a motherfucking ghost over here? Nah, kill all that. If you fuck with Cassius Cuvée, I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a like your shit. I'm gonna shout you out. I'm gonna have your back, and you guys have mine. It's cool. I don't act like if you heart somebody's comment that they made in a positive, like, nah, somebody talking shit, that's different. But like, I'm on there supporting people. All I do is go on Twitter and show love every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, support a brother. This shit is weird to me. I don't understand. These people act like they ain't gotta like nobody else's shit. Okay, fine. But if I make a comment on your post giving you an amen, you know what I'm saying? Hell, the least you could do is acknowledge a motherfucker. Shit, it's kind of weird, man. I don't know. Twitter got a lot of weirdos out there. I know y'all are here. Y'all some real ones. So that's why I can keep it real with y'all. Anyways, that's about it for today, man. I'm trying to figure out different schedules. This is my first one I did in the morning time. I was just trying to get everything set up. I think this is looking better now. This is working better for me now. I was trying to do a split screen before, but then you can't see as well, and I can't see as well either. So this is Meld Studio. It's pretty cool how you can swap between screens like this. And basically, I'm just trying to get a handle on the technical shit because I don't want this distracting me when I'm trying to scalp. There's going to be a day when I just get in here and I say, fuck it, no talking. I'm just going to go ahead and scalp. You feel me? Man, this was a banger right here.
Clout twins, that's with a K, cause I'm
Crazy.
everybody coin it.
Don't phase me.
I'm going hard till I'm
Pushing up daisies.
till a clout punch the profile of
Jay-Z, yeah.
I stay handing out the rocks he was throwing up. You see the diamonds in my hands and they glowing up. Like the bubbles in my cup, they be flowing up.
Buy my coin right now, cause it's going up.
I ain't never gonna sell.
I'm a hodl mine, and I'll never spell clout without a dollar sign.
A man has said it and I'll never forget the line.
NFT means never forget the time.
And I'm gonna bring in.
Okay, this is one. Actually, I was going to talk about this. Real quick. Part of the reason why I was prepared for this whole meme coin game, right? If you watch my rap I did on Flap and Groper on the Market Cipher Spotlight, right? When I did the one over the Jay-Z beat, Imaginary Traders, okay? What's going up in here? I ain't one to duck in fear. You want to trade memes? Fine, then here. Hold my fucking beer, okay? I seen this whole meme coin shit when it first popped off. It was with Pepe, right? This is early 2023. This was after I came back from the Bitcoin conference. I was like, what the hell? I was like, this shit again? But all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, this showing thing's popping. So I get all the way to 2024, and now meme coin is like, man, we've got, Bitcoin is pumping. We got TradFi involved, whoop. And all our utility coins didn't do shit, and then meme coins was popping. I was like, what the hell? People fall for this? And then I was like, because we were on early. See, this is the thing. This is some of the stories I'm going to have to save for next time. But I really know the real degens, you guys. Like, I was telling y'all to follow Chris. He's in the AI group. Bro, these people don't have time to post on Twitter and make content and all that bullshit that much. He's ramping up his stuff a little bit. That's why I want you guys to follow him. But, like, these DJs, we so deep in the fucking trenches, man. Ain't nobody got time to be creating content and going live and all that shit. You got to be in there and you got to be fat. I was on pump.fun in like January, February, when it first came out, okay? I think it was February, like early. This is before I was even on Market Cipher, okay? And I'm in there in the Discord with my DJing crew, these youngsters, man, and they making coins and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like at the beginning, and I didn't see nobody talking about pump.fun on Twitter or nothing. And so like when you really in the weeds with the real guys, you start seeing like, damn, they really trying to get it, you know? But like, I knew it was unsustainable. So then when it got bigger, I kind of bowed out. I found Market Cipher and I was like, Crypto Face put me on the Market Cipher and I was like, oh, okay, now I see what's up. And I'm like, I want to develop a trading strategy that works in any market, bro. This chasing shit around and shit, like it can work. If you really, really, really about that life, like the DJs I know, they really about that life. These Christian, they getting AI coins as soon as they come out. This boy, I'm talking as soon as it comes out. You know what I'm saying? But there's 1 million in one of them, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be quick. And it's a different career. It's how I call it. I said, look, you guys will probably make more money than me. You know what I'm saying? That's a different career. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I had to make a decision. I'm going to stick with what I know will work in the bear market when meme coins are dead again, all this kind of shit. Like, I'm going to stick with what I know. Now, the song we were just listening to reminded me to tell you guys a story because that was from BitClout. If you heard of BitClout, or it's called DeSo now, that was decentralized social media. I was thinking back in 2021, that was the new wave, right? So I did what I had to do to get verified on there. I dropped the first music video ever for decentralized social media, period. Cassius Cuvée, your boy. And so, man, it blew up and they was fucking with me. They still fucking with me. I like to shout out my DeSo fan if you're listening. But like, that was like, I was hoping that was a new wave. What they had was this thing called a social token. And, I was like, man, if Kim Kardashian comes on here and gets a social token, everybody's going to do that, right? And what it means is they can buy your coin. Fast forward to this cycle, that's really all that meme coins are, pump.fun. People made their own coin. Whereas before, the social token was supposed to be like, oh, you get access to me if you're one of my top 10 token holders or whatever. There's a lot of ways you could play it, right? And then, you get a dividend. I keep 10% if somebody buys it or sells it or whatever, right? There's like a bunch of stuff factored into it on DeSo. So when the meme coin shit, but then of course it crashed just like everything else crashed in 2022. So I was like, bruh, I know all these meme coins are going to crash because I've seen social tokens before. I've seen how this works before. I'm not new to this game. Ain't nothing new to me no more. It's just a reiteration of something I done seen before. And so I'm telling you, I've seen all this stuff and I'm like, okay, trading though is never going out of style, bro. Trading is never going out of style. This is going to be here 100 years from now. It's been here since 100 years before. Like, it's just what assets. So the tools that I decided to hone in on was all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff. What is the technical analysis telling me? Really, it was this down here, the momentum wave. But it's like, this going to be around. I don't give a damn what we trading, right? People think Bitcoin be around forever. Listen, nobody's a bigger advocate for Bitcoin than me. I believe in decentralization. But like, quite specifically, it's a new technology. I don't know. What if quantum has a coin or some shit and it's a new technology? I don't think it's happening anytime soon. But I don't know, another 10, 20 years? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like nothing can ever change. Like tech by definition is meant to be replaced by newer tech, right? I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that the way you trade the shit is going to be the same. Okay. So sure, you can have your long-term bags that you believe in. I believe in Algorand and, Bitcoin and whatnot, and some of the other ones, I could be wrong about them though. This is short-term. Give me my money. I'm in and I'm out. And that's a skill set that when I learn it, I don't care if it's the bear market, the bull market, the nowhere market, the stock market. It don't matter to me. This skill is going to always be around. And that's why I purposefully decided to lean all the way into that instead of becoming the best meme coin chaser, the guy who knows how to get in before, the guy who manages bankroll so that you spray 100 of them and one of them does 1,000x. I said, I'm not chasing these for the rest of my career. This is going to play out. I promise you this. This is not playing out. You feel me? So that's what I'm going to leave y'all today. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée, man. We're going to leave it with this banger right here. This was the beat too, man. My subwoofer is cracking, y'all. My subwoofer is cracking up here. I hope you can hear that banger. This was the beat, man. Man, I used this on my show a couple times. Is it wrapping up? Oh, this is the end. Well, signing off. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Any questions in the Discord? We got the Discord link in there. We got the Discord link for anybody who can join for free. All you need to do is use my Phemex link, Phemex code here, invitation code to sign up. Then you put your UID number in there and you get verified. So, yeah, catch me in the Discord. I'll see y'all in a minute. Signing off. My first daytime one. I believe we didn't have any technical difficulties this time, so it's a new record. All right.